Welcome back to Daytime Tri-Cities. Once again, getting you ready for a big event coming up this weekend. It's the 30th Annual Garden Tour and Tea. And here to tell us more about this event, we have Jules Corrier, which I was just saying, you wear so many different hats, a familiar face. She is also the president of the garden club here, the Schubert Garden Club, because there are multiple clubs, multiple hats. And we have Dana Helvey here with us, who is the homeowner, also the gardener that we have been making our way through your property. It is beautiful here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we put a lot of love and effort into it, and a lot of it, we got it for free from the previous owner. That was Toby Bledsoe, former mayor of Jonesboro, and she really started this whole concept of the gardening, this specific property. Just beautiful.
Yeah, you said there's so much history with the home and the property around it.
Yes, this goes all the way back to Civil War, goes back to the cholera epidemic. This was a clinic, and so there's lots of history that's just sort of based in this wonderful town.
And this is the second time I understand you've been on the tour.
Yeah, people that came through here first 3 years ago will remember the bamboo was about 3 foot tall, and now it's about 20 foot tall. So that alone is going to, and they'll ask, how do you keep it inside? And we'll have answers to those questions.
Yeah, because you were telling me, of course, a lot of people are very fearful of bamboo because it can kind of take over, but you have created a way to keep it just right there in its perimeter.
Well, as we were talking about, I sort of liken it like to children. You know, if you just let children just run and play, they're going to get into mischief. Same thing with bamboo. Got to control them.
I love it. I love it. And of course, that's part of the garden tour. You get to learn so many different things. And Jules, I know it's one of the things you love is it's an opportunity to really meet these gardeners and hear their stories.
And there are going to be stories at each one of these houses. What's really great is each place has its own history, and each owner adds to that history. When you come here, you're going to hear stories not just of the Helveys who live here and what they've done for their gardens, but they also know a little bit of the history of the place from the previous owners going back in time. And in Jonesboro, this place has so much history. We've done several story collecting here, sessions collecting stories about the people who live here now, the people who came from the past, and who planted these flowers. And you'll find in a lot of these gardens, there's a reason why some of these plants have been there. Some of them are planted because they're great native species that grow here, but when you go into some of these other homes, you find that there's a fig tree or a different plant that was planted because it has something to do with their family's heritage or history or a special story about that. And when you see one of these interesting things, you can ask the owner about it and they'll be able to tell you about it. And you can ask a master gardener, how do you keep it in such great shape and how can I get it to thrive on my own property?
Yeah, so many different tips along with those stories that you're going to be able to use in your own garden.
All along the way. And master gardeners and the gardeners themselves, even those who haven't gone through the paces of getting their master gardener degree or certificate, they have had so much time learning their property, learning what grows in their soil, what makes their soil growable for certain plants, the pH that needs to be in it. You can ask them all of these questions, what kind of fertilizer that they use, and even take a look at the different things that they have in their gardens, like the fire pits, the waterfalls, because a garden is not just plants and flowers. It's a place to go find respite, and it's all of those special things, the decorations, the benches, the carefully placed benches, that make it a place that you want to go and retire to and just get away from it all.
And I'm telling you, I've already done the walkway here, Dana, and you've got that nice bench over here. You can kind of walk through and sit. You have those water elements. Such a beautiful place. What's it like for you as the homeowner to get to welcome folks?
I love it because I think you've put so much work into it, and you have all this work and you're focused on the work, and then you back off. And then you get to actually place yourself in somebody else's eyes, and you get to see the joy that comes to them. What? And they start relaxing. You see shoulders start going down. Mm-hmm. There's a beautiful bench up here that was dedicated to Mayor Bledsoe by her son, and it has a beautiful plaque on that bench. Sit in the same place where Toby used to sit after a real horrendous day being mayor of this wonderful town, and at where she relaxed. And so it is constantly, anybody that has a garden, you are not doing it for yourself. You are doing it for others. And you're constantly thinking how somebody else is going to perceive the property. And I think that's the real value of it. Yeah. You get used to, we are all about volunteerism. Yeah. Okay, well, we're we're making sure that our house and our garden is welcome to somebody else.
All right. Well, and they are welcoming you. 6 different gardens for you to visit on the 30th Annual Garden Tour and Tea. Tickets are still available. It is coming up this Saturday. For more information, of course, you can call this number right here on your screen. You can get your tickets there. You can also go to the website on your screen as well, and they will be happy to see you coming up this Saturday.